Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for July 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else to hear, and please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, if I sound a little hyper, and this might be a message for some of you, but just as I was beginning to get ready for your reading, the dumpster arrived. So some of you know, now I guess all of you will know, we have a 12 to 18 month plan now of relocation. We have identified a place where we are moving to, and this begins very slow because his work schedule is crazy. My work schedule here is crazy. So it's just, we're beginning the slow clean out of this house, restoration of the house to prepare it for sale. So I'm a little excited for the new chapter. That might be something that you're feeling. Also for some of you, maybe you are throwing stuff out, or this is the month where you are releasing the old, old emotions, old thoughts, old patterns, old job, old relationship. I just feel like there's a clearing out, and I take everything I do in preparation before a reading and during the reading, I take it as a sign for that specific sign, right? So it's a sign, it's a synchronicity for me. So I just feel like for some of you or most of you watching, that dumpster coming in right at that time when I was meditating for your reading today, I feel like that's something pivotal. I think that's an important part here for a lot of you. So let's see where we go with this. Okay, tapping into the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for July 2026. What does Capricorn need to know for July 2026? I'm going to shuffle that one more time for you. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, we have the Chariot. In the top row, we have the World. We have the Fool. Oh my God. Do you know how rare that is to get the end of the major arcana and the beginning of the major arcana in that order, back to back like that? So maybe it is for a lot of you. There's something clearing out, something new coming in. Let's keep going. Next to the Fool, we have the Empress. Flanking the Chariot is the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. In the bottom row is the Five of Wands, the Sun, and the Three of Pentacles. Sneak peek now into August. Ace of Cups, Temperance, Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. All right, let's begin to clarify. I feel like this is just the start, and then things wrap up here. Things wrap up here in August, but we'll get to that in a second. I'm using the After Tarot deck to clarify these cards. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are slightly different. It does alter or change the meaning of the cards, and we'll go through them as necessary in your reading today. Okay, for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for July 2026, we are clarifying the World, the Fool, the Empress, Eight of Pentacles, the Chariot, Four of Cups, Five of Wands, the Sun, and the Three of Pentacles for the Capricorn collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The World is clarified by the Queen of Swords. The Fool is clarified by the Ten of Swords. The Empress is clarified by the Three of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Pentacles. The Chariot is clarified by the Lovers. The Four of Cups is clarified by the Magician. The Five of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. The Sun is clarified by Justice. And the Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Knight of Swords. Sneak peek now again. And that's the feeling I was getting. It's like the official new beginning is actually in August, okay? This seems to be like the in-between. So August, we have the Fool. The Three of Wands, kind of like arrivederci. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, which is letting go of a situation, environment, or connection that we had been holding on to. That leaves the Ace of Cups, new, Ace of Swords, new, Five of Wands, and the Eight of Cups, okay? So let's see where we go with this reading. But it looks like in respect to a particular situation, environment, or connection, it's going to be different for each of you, obviously, right? It's general collective reading. The one thing you all have in common, you have a choice to make. You have a choice this month, as you always do. You have the divine gift of free will about whether or not you're going to continue staying in this situation, environment, connection, or if you're going to pivot away from it. I'm not telling you what to do. Don't ever allow me or another tarot reader to ever tell you what to do. I'm just telling you energetically what's here. And I'm looking at your energy. Your overall energy for the month of July 2026 is Chariot to the Lovers. I need to move forward and make this decision. Either I make the best out of the situation, environment, or connection. I pour all of myself into it and I move forward with the hope of victory, wanting success with it. or I choose to pivot in another direction, but I can't sit still anymore. And that's the feeling I'm getting here. Like, I can't sit still anymore. I have to make my mind up. Either I'm staying or I'm going. Top row, the World to the Queen of Swords. Well, for me, queens exist in the present. They process the present, they process the past. So whatever the situation, environment, or connection is, you are reviewing your history with it, with them, etc. And this seems to be the deciding factor about whether or not you're going to close this out. The Fool to the Ten of Swords. In the After Tarot deck, the Ten of Swords, it's done. Like, there's no coming back from this. So I think that's why you're a little careful with this decision, because it's like, okay, once let's say this is work related and you decide, you know what, I don't want to stay at this job anymore. I'm going to make it a point now to really like make it a second job to find a new job. Once you get the new job and you tell your employer, here's my 2 weeks notice, there's no going back. So that's the feeling here. It's like there's no going back. That's why I'm so careful in evaluating the situation, environment, or connection, because I know once the new chapter begins, there's no going back to it. You know, it's like when you relocate and you're leaving an apartment or a house because you're moving to a new apartment or house, that last day that you're in that apartment, you're looking around, it's completely empty. You know, you're pulling that door behind you. And although you're excited to go to the next, residential space that you'll be living in, there's still a little sadness. I'm never going back to that apartment again. I'm never going back to that house again. So whatever this is for you, situation, environment, connection, community even, the feeling here is I need to be very careful with this decision. What I like about this is whether you're masculine or feminine, the Empress to the Three of Pentacles, you're looking at this from like your higher self, okay? So you're not making this decision from ego or wounded pride or anything like that. It's this situation, environment, or connection that I'm in. Is this the best that it'll ever be? Can it get better? Have we just plateaued, right? Is it time for me to move on? Have I finished all that I had set to do here? Because the Three of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck, there's no more growth. So the feeling is like, am I okay being at this job knowing there's no room for growth here? Am I okay being in a relationship knowing this is all we're ever going to be? So whatever this is for you, the Three of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck is completed. So the feeling is, can I stay with this? Can I look into my future 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line and be like, I'm really glad that I stayed with this, because there's no more growth after this. You're desiring the Ten of Pentacles, but the realization here is whatever or whomever this is for you, we're at the 3, we're capped. So the Eight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles is like, how now will I invest my pentacle resources, my time, my love, my money? Do I want to keep pouring it into something where there is no growth, no more future expansion, or do I want to pivot and go in another direction? Four of Cups to the Magician. I feel like this is where you start manifesting an out, manifesting a new job, manifesting a way to leave the relationship, manifesting a new home. I just feel like because you're looking at these 3 cups and you're just like, I'm really not happy here. And again, 3 cups are not going to magically turn into the 10. So it's almost like you're starting to daydream about that new opportunity, that Ace of Cups, which is coming for you. But again, it's like coming in August. So this is like the in-between. 5 of Wands to the 10 of Pentacles, a little internal battle here. Can this really go the distance? I don't think you can. There's like a lot of back and forth here within you this month. And then Justice to the Sun card. You make your decision here by the end of the month. And it looks like you're moving forward. And the Knight of Swords to 3 of Pentacles, I feel like you're moving forward in another direction. Like this 3 of Pentacles, it's like crumbling. So I feel like you're moving forward with like a new opportunity. And we see you doing that here in August. So let's clarify that Chariot. Clarify the Chariot. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Chariot is clarified by Knight of Cups, King of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Wands. So that's exactly that feeling. I can't sit here either long anymore. Look at the Knight of Cups. I stumbled over my words there, sorry. But the Knight of Cups is looking into the past. So again, it's like this review, right? Queen of Swords looking into the past of the situation, environment, or connection and saying, do I want to stay there knowing that it has maxed out? It has reached its limit. It has reached its capacity. Or do I want to move towards a new opportunity? The Lover's card. Clarify the Lover's card. It's a big choice on the table here for you. Clarify the Lover's card. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Lovers is clarified by the Five of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. So after a lot of deliberation, a lot of going back and forth, the feeling here, and again, never allow tarot to tell you what to do, but the feeling here seems to be, I at least want to explore the new. If I don't like this job, then I'd like to start exploring what other jobs are out there. I don't feel like right off the bat you're accepting something. This seems to be, do I want to stay here or move forward? I think I want to move forward. That's the energy that I'm feeling. I think I want to move forward. Let me first see what's out there. So I don't like this community, but let me see what other communities I may want to move to. I don't like this apartment. Let me see what other apartments are available or homes. You know, if this is a relationship, there's almost a feeling here of like, I don't know if I want to stay in this relationship. I need to give thought on how I would leave it. So I don't think you're like leaving one person for another. That's not the feeling I get here. The feeling is I need to explore and start thinking about. The Page of Cups is a very dreamy card, right? It's the lead up to that Knight of Cups. So there's almost something here of like, I really have to give considerable thought of what life would be like without this person, place, or thing in it. The World to the Queen of Swords. Clarify the World. And it's only upon this like examination or review that you get your answer, that you know what you want to do. One more shuffle. Thank you. The World is clarified by the Four of Pentacles because you've been holding on to this situation, environment, connection, right? A community, whatever this is. You've been holding on to it. Queen of Pentacles, you've been nurturing it. You've been providing for it. It has been providing for you. Six of Wands, bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles. So the feeling here is whenever I entered blank, because again, I don't know what it is for you. When I initially entered blank, I was excited. It was something that I wanted to invest in. And for a period of time here in my life, it did offer me happiness, success, structure, comfortability, but it failed to grow. Queen of Swords. Clarify that Queen of Swords. Like it's, I don't know, I keep hearing like it hit its max. Queen of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, contemplating your time investment here, everything that you've done. Oh, look at that. Seven of Cups is in the reverse. So then the clarity you see comes to you. So if you're sitting here at the time of this reading, I'm doing this the last week of June, and I'll probably release it Thursday or Friday. I'll see how I feel. Sorry, we just have a lot going on here. But there's something here about the longer you sit in this, and you really think about the good and the bad and the highs and the lows and all the time you invested, the realization here is absolute clarity. So you know exactly what you're going to do here. And then you have the King of Wands. So you are then taking action because you showed up here as the King of Wands as well. So as you sit in this and you reflect upon the situation, environment, connection, community, why you entered it, what it has provided for you, all the time or talent or love or money, whatever it has been that you have invested into it, you're sort of looking at it and you're realizing it really never became what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be the Ten of Pentacles, and instead it is the Three. The Fool. Tell me about the Fool. Again, I feel like the decision here is to go in a new direction. Tell me about that Fool card here for Capricorn. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Fool is clarified by the Nine of Cups. I want to be happy. Page of Cups and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Pentacles. So the feeling here is I want something new. I want a new job, a new community group. I mean, you could be changing your political organization here. There's something here. It has been a staple in your life. It has offered you some level of structure or stability. But your new beginning here, your determination here seems to be, I want to move on from this. Ten of Swords. Clarify the Ten of Swords. Because typically, the Ten of Swords card in a lot of other decks, I always say, it doesn't always definitively mean an ending. It does if we see Death, Tower, World card, Ten of Swords. It's a little bit different. But typically, the Ten of Swords could just mean, I feel so betrayed or wounded or hurt by this person. It's going to take me a long time to heal or a long time to get over it, like a long time to process this. But it's not always a definitive end. However, in the After Tarot deck, it is. Because in most decks, the person laying there, whether they're laying face up or they're laying face down, there's usually an okay symbol. Like if you look carefully at the card, one of their hands, or maybe sometimes their eyes are open. So it's like there's still life left. This could still be resuscitated, if you will. There's a recovery there that's available to the situation, environment, or connection. But in the After Tarot deck, it's done. So I feel like your decision here is final, that this needs to come to an end. This situation, environment, or connection is on a gurney. There's no resuscitating it. It's very much, it's a little bit of a morbid pose, to be honest with you, but it's like we're taking it out to sea. And then we see the sun coming up, so we're moving towards something new. 10 of Swords, one more shuffle. Thank you. 10 of Swords, clarified by the Chariot. So you're moving on. Your decision here is to move on. Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Wands. Your decision here seems to be final. Now, I don't know. Again, I don't feel like you are definitively moving on, like in the physical. I don't think you're going to leave the apartment. You know, I don't think you're selling your house in a month. I don't think you're divorcing this person or moving on from them. I don't think you're quitting the job all within 30 days. But there's now a desire to create a plan to move forward. So your decision here seems to be, once upon a time made me happy, but I should be happier. Once upon a time this made me money, but it should be making me more money. It stopped. Empress. Clarify the Empress. It's like my work here is done. There's nothing more I can do here. I can't force this to become something it's not meant to become. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Empress is clarified by the King of Swords. I know we're going to see the Tower and the Ace of Swords, and that's your revelation here, because again, queens for me exist in the present, and they process the present, they process the past. And kings take action. It's not hierarchical, it's not masculine versus feminine, it's just how I view a suit of cards. And I saw you here right off the bat in that King of Wands energy saying, I need to do something. This isn't working. Either something has to change here, or I need to change and extricate myself from it. And then it's like, upon review, I get that Ace of Swords moment, I'm moving on from this. So very logically, I've covered all the facts. I've come to the realization that I need to move on from this. Clarify the, just lost my train of thought there. Sorry, the Three of Pentacles. Clarify the Three of Pentacles here for Capricorn. One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Pentacles, clarified by the Devil. I'm detaching from this. The Star, healing from the Tower, and the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the World card. So you're making an absolute decision to move on from this person, place, thing. Like I said, community. You're detaching yourself from it. Usually we see two people chained to one another, or the podium that the Devil presides over. But in the After Tarot deck, they're free. This is also your major arcana card. So the feeling here is like, this is your choice to detach from whomever or whatever this is. There's something healing about you making this decision. There's a freeing of an energy. And then that Four of Swords is like, that's part of my old chapter. So your decision here is final. You're not going to stay in this for another day longer than you have to. Eight of Pentacles. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Like, after everything that I've invested in this, it should be better. The job, the situation, the living environment, the relationship, the friendship. It should be better by now. One more shuffle. Thank you. Eight of Pentacles, clarified by 10 of Cups, the Emperor, and the Three of Swords. Yeah, quite disappointing. Because you gave your all to this. And again, nobody enters a marriage thinking one day they're going to say, you know, I won't or I don't. No one starts a job and goes, I can't wait till I quit. You know, so whatever this is, even if it's a friendship for you, or like I said, it could be a political or religious organization. You know, when you joined it, you felt mission and vision and values, right, are aligned here. So it's a painful realization to say I've invested all of this time in this and it just hasn't yielded the result that I wanted. But it's also honest of you to say this to yourself. King of Pentacles. Clarify the King of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Even the King of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck looks a bit sad. Not typically what we see for the King of Pentacles. Further clarified by the Hierophant, the Six of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. You're moving on from the Hierophant. The company, the corporation, the entity you work for. If you're a business owner, you might be considering selling your business or closing it up. If this is a marriage, you are deciding to divorce this person. I don't know if you're filing in July, but your decision here that it's time to leave the past in the past. And again, Hierophant could be a community group, maybe that you volunteer in, religious organization, political organization. Whoever the Hierophant is to you, again, it's been a staple in your life, but it just didn't grow with you. It didn't expand with you. Four of Cups. Tell me about the Four of Cups. Hope that mic is on. Yeah. So maybe that dumpster that just pulled into my driveway prior to your reading, maybe that is a message here for some of you, like leaving the past in the past or getting rid of some stuff. Four of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. Four of Cups, clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Wands. And this is now where you start manifesting the new. Now you're starting to inquire. You're starting to inquire. You're being led by your intuition. And now you're starting to look for new jobs, new places to live, new communities, maybe how to get a divorce, how to separate from this person. There's definitely like knowledge. This is, I'm moving forward now to acquire knowledge on how to like extricate myself from this, or how to create an opportunity for myself to leave this behind. The Magician. Clarify the Magician. And this isn't just hoping and praying. This is active participation. One more shuffle. Thank you. Magician, clarified by Page of Pentacles. So you're now looking for the opportunity. See, the Page of Pentacles in your deck is looking for someone to give them an opportunity, a way out, a new job, a new living situation. Again, you're looking for the way out now. Page of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and Temperance. Bottom of the deck, we have Knight of Pentacles. You're looking for a way out. And again, you're not doing this from a place of wounded pride or ego, or because you're hurt. There are no hurt feelings. It's just radical acceptance. It's radical acceptance that it's time to move on from this. You've stayed in it longer than you should have. Five of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles. I don't want to clarify. Well, maybe I should clarify this for you. Clarify the Five of Wands. I was going to say, I don't think I should clarify because I just feel like you're undecided. You went from being undecided to being very decisive. You know, indecisive to decisive here. But one more shuffle. Thank you. Five of Wands, that's the truth. Ace of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. That's that. I don't know what I want to do about this professional, platonic, romantic connection, or again, like, you know, organizational partnership. There's that confusion. Do I stay? Do I go? And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Four of Wands, the Death card, and the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, time to leave it behind. So Sun to the Justice card. You're deciding here to move forward with another offer or opportunity. So you're finding another job or another place to live. Some of you are filing for a divorce. You could be listing your house for sale. Clarify the Sun. Clarify the Sun. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Sun is clarified by Strength. Knight of Wands. Two cards came out. Two of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. Look what you're moving towards. The new. So your decision here is, in Leo season, I will be moving towards the new job, the new organization, the new community. You're deciding to leave someone behind. And again, it's like you're making the decision here in Cancer season. You're starting to put in some real pentacle resources into creating an out or some way to extricate yourself from this. And the anticipation is, I will start the new job, or I'm going to relocate in August, which is Leo season. The first 3 weeks are Leo season. So that's the feeling that you have here. Three of Pentacles. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Devil. That's you. Eight of Cups and Six of Swords. Moving on. Choosing to move on. Choosing to break this down, if you will. The relationship, the marriage, canceling the lease. Knight of Swords. Clarify the Knight of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Swords, clarified by Ten of Cups. There's your offer. Eight of Swords and the Strength card. So you do receive the new job offer, or you find the new place where you're going to live. Some of you have filed for divorce, or you found a lawyer who will be filing for divorce on your behalf. King of Cups, you're dumping out that original cup that you've decided here you don't want anymore. So you're moving towards the new in August. This is the new Four of Wands. This is the new life, the new timeline. Tell me about this in August here for Capricorn. One more shuffle. Thank you. The new timeline. Two of Wands, the decision you're making. Page of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands. And here comes communication from whomever you are leaving behind. Like if you're divorcing a spouse, they're contacting you. You're moving away from family, they're contacting you. Canceling a lease, they're contacting you. Okay, there's contact here. I was wondering what that Seven of Swords was. It's sort of like running after you, like running uphill after you. And you're moving forward anyway. There's that arrivederci feeling I was having. You're moving forward anyway. We started this off. Didn't we have the Four of Pentacles here? We did. You, at once upon a time, you really held tightly to this. But in the After Tarot deck, the Four of Pentacles, whatever you were holding on to, is met with scorpionic energy of the Death card. So now you're willing to let it go. And that's what you're doing. Despite this person sort of rushing in here with some type of communication. Clarify the Fool, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Cups. Two of Swords. My decision is final. King of Cups. Your decision here is final. You're not going back to the job. You're listing the house for sale. You're canceling the lease. You're divorcing this person. This is big. This is big. But it's your decision to make. And whatever it is here that they're offering you, you are rejecting it. The Knight of Cups, they're offering you this cup. Look at you. And King, remember, kings take action. You're pouring it out. And you're not even blinking. I mean, in the After Tarot deck, the Two of Swords, you've made your decision. What is this person offering you? What are they offering, Capricorn? Offering you something, some type of communication. One more shuffle. Thank you. What are they offering you? Five of Swords, Ten of Wands, Three of Wands, Magician. Hoo-hoo. Manipulation. Manipulative words to get you to stay, that things will be better. You know, don't divorce us, don't drop us, don't end it. Don't move forward, because you're moving forward here. Three of Wands. Here's their Three of Wands. Like, don't move forward. Look at even the Five of Swords. Like, you're moving on. You're dropping this. You're like, I'm done. They're like, wait, don't drop. We can still be happy. Look, there's still a rainbow. So, it's a very, Five of Swords to a Magician is someone who's very verbally manipulative, right? Trying to get you to stay. Nine of Wands, just feeling terrible. That look at the Five of Cups like you're turning your back on this person. So I don't think they were expecting you to do this. Anything else what this person is saying to Capricorn? One more shuffle. Thank you. I heard all is not lost. Nine of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Page of Swords. I'm telling you, there's a communication here. They don't want you to move on. Things will get better. Things will get smoother. There's also something here like it's all in your head. What is that? It's all in your head. It's all in your head, or you're making things out. You're making it worse than what it actually is. That's a hell of a way to get someone to stay, but maybe they're thinking like reverse psychology. Like they could talk you into staying. They think they could talk you into staying. Anything else we need to know about this? Let me use your deck, yeah. Because your decision here is like, no thanks. Knight of Cups, Two of Swords, King of Cups, and that After Tarot deck is like, I see you. I see your offer. No, thank you. One more shuffle. Thank you. Take it. I was told to take it. Yeah, look. Queen of Swords. I've already determined. Five of Cups, Nine of Wands. I'm moving on from this. And it wasn't an easy decision. But it's a decision here that you're making. The choice and the Four of Swords. This is your choice, King of Cups. You are choosing to move on from whomever or whatever this is. I would expect them to come back around in August and ask you to reconsider or tell you you're making things out. You're making things worse than what they actually are. It's actually not that bad. But I don't see you falling for it. Let's get you some oracle cards and we'll close it out with some kippers. 3 oracle cards here, please, for Capricorn. One more shuffle. Thank you. Enlightenment. Home, soulful presence, bottom of the deck, reflection. I'll read these to you in a second. Let's get 3 more oracle cards here, please, for Capricorn. One more shuffle. Thank you. Twilight Glow, Silent Stone, Crystal Waters, bottom of the deck, Mystic Fog. Enlightenment. Gain deep understanding and insight, opening the door to new wisdom. And that's what you're doing there in that Queen of Swords, King of Swords energies, like reflecting on all of this, getting your aha epiphany moment and deciding to move forward. Embrace the in-between. That's kind of what I said in the beginning of your reading. I was like, I think this is kind of like the in-between process. So embrace the in-between. Magic happens at twilight. Home. Return to inner peace and self-acceptance, feeling grounded and at ease with who you are. Some of you, this is actually relocating or just changing the structure. Something here that was structured in your life. It's like you're dismantling it and you're moving on. Silent stone, strength and silence, let your presence speak. So whoever it is here that you're leaving, the boss, the community, the lover, you know, the spouse, you're silent. It's like they can't read you. You're wearing like a poker face. They don't know that you're about to exit or divorce or find another job or something like that. And this is just feeling like when you give your notice or when your absence, like when your absence is there, your absence is going to speak for itself. Even like when you're exiting this, I don't feel like you're telling this person all the reasons why you're leaving, because you're very quiet here. Look at Lovers to the Four of Swords. It's like, it's just my decision. Like I don't owe you an explanation. Soulful presence. Connect with your inner self. That's what you're doing. Live in the present and stand firm. Stand firm in your beliefs. Stand firm in this decision. And then you have crystal waters. Purify your mind. Clarity comes with calm. And yeah, you are receiving that clarity here on what to do about this. For a lot of you, this is work related, but I can also see how this could be in respect to a long-term committed partnership, whether you're married to them or not, or breaking away from a family or something like that. Something that was really rooted in your life for a long time. Let's get 2 oracle cards here, please, for Capricorn for that top row. Flipper. We have great fortune. So again, like I was saying, when you enter something, when we all enter something, we want the best possible outcome. We want the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups with it. And the thoughts are in the reverse here. So you've realized that that was just a dream, wish, or goal here. That is not reality. 2 cards here for that center. Imprisonment. It's a jail cell. It's not going to grow. And you can choose to stay here, but you realize you don't want to stay here. Adjudication. So you're moving. You're literally closing a contract here. You're canceling, if you will, ending a contract here that you have with someone. It's a soul contract, whether that's, you know, legal, professional, you know, a financial contract, a marital contract. This is your adjudication. This is your determination. Staying in this would just keep me stuck. 2 cards here now for the bottom row. High honor, holding yourself in high honor. It's also moving forward. It's very much like the cannons here, very much like the Chariot, moving forward from a situation, environment, or connection that was just in poor or bad or failing health. There was nothing more you can do to resuscitate this. Bottom of the deck, distant horizons, marriage, main female, courtship. You're moving towards a new soulmate, a new connection, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. And then I would expect some type of communication from this person in August, whoever it is here that you're moving on from. That is what I have for you, Capricorn, for July 2026. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, subscribe, hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I'm wishing you good luck. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.